What is happening?
Cancer, cancer,
You guys are
cancer,
giving me
cancer,
and
cancer,
Dale the hardest
cancer.
freaking time.
It's not you guys, but Spirit is really, really challenging us this month with your reading.
Let's get into your reading, you guys.
Are we moving in real time? Can you hear us? What's going
We're going to be
on?
very efficient.
Hi. Hi, Cancer. This is your July 2018 reading.
We are in Queens right now.
We apologize yesterday for some of you who watched a reading with us.
Let us know if you guys can hear us too, because I know yesterday you guys had some issues.
With the
We had some
audio,
issues with the
we
audio.
went ahead and just removed the reading just because we wanted it to be a great presentation for you. You deserve that. So happy birthday. It's your season. And we're going to get into things and see how things are going. So we already know a little bit of what your energy is because we did a reading yesterday for you.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Can you hear us, insatiate ho? Let us know. Are we loud and clear?
I think
You know, like,
it's moving a little bit in slow
right?
time, so I
there
just
we
want to
go.
make sure.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so I think I'm going to shuffle these one more time.
So we talk a lot about Cancer in general because it's Cancer season in a video that we did for the summer solstice.
Yeah.
So some of you can definitely go into that video. It's a separate reading for everyone, all signs in general. This reading is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Cancer specifically.
Like
if you know your placements otherwise, like if you have Mars or Saturn or Venus, you could look, you could look at your Venus placements for sure. But this is particularly for those three planets which describe basically the psychological process of the person, the inner planets. So we're going to get in and see what's going on with you. We already are familiar with some of what your energy is because we did a reading yesterday.
Right, there's some Saturn stuff going on. And you know what? I think that you might have even gotten like some...
Look, I said we did a reading yesterday and the card that flipped out was the Five of Swords, which is conflict, and it was mental conflict, right? And that was exactly what happened too. It was like the struggle.
So that's Five of Swords. This is Three of Swords. So there's really a lot going on.
I'm putting it back in and I'm shuffling.
Like that?
It was just like basically relative to exactly what was going on. And I'm gonna fill in the cards, okay.
Yeah. So now we're just gonna pay attention to, you know, the energy of this reading and how it correlates to what was going on yesterday. In yesterday's reading, that was botched somehow. So let's go ahead and turn over your ascendant right here. Okay, you said Five of Wands. So there is conflict going on, you guys. Saturn is doing some work here. It's like you guys are learning lessons on like how to delegate your energy, right, and your time, because it is Saturn. How are you spending your time? What are you doing when you pay attention to your own time, right? Because Cancer is always involved with other people's time, right? You're giving advice all the time. You're feeling from other people. You're helping other people understand and cope with their feelings. But what are you doing and how are you doing it, right? How are you coping with your own time when you're alone by yourself?
This is a lot of activity.
Right.
There's a lot of activity going on. Those people definitely look like they're doing something. They're either building something or deconstructing something. It's a 5, so it's talking about an establishment or a gathering. People that come together for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the 5 itself could be the establishment, like the post office or the church or the club that you're in, the group. But it's saying like, what is this? Is this like cutthroat, like really like competitive and forceful and hurtful? Or is this playful? This is like driving you to be a better person because this is what you do when you're on a team and you're making each other better. There's a lot of different ways to look at that. A lot of people, because your immediate influence right now is atonement, which is Pluto. So for a lot of you, this is a major arcana card. So this is definitely talking about like a reveal that's happening, or just a judgment that's been made because you have seen something clearly. Maybe there was
like
a discovery,
right? This is almost like a justice card, but on a deeper level.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like I feel that from
this.
It's
It's dense. Right. It's like it's not as negotiable or as weighable.
Right.
It's just like informative for what it is, and then you know that
this is the
universe.
It's
very clear.
This is the universe coming coming in and making things happen, right? Because Pluto is really about transformation. And Pluto is something that you actually will never be able to understand, right? In a future sense. You like never really know how it's going to affect you until it's like happening and you're like going through it, right? You've walked through that fire of what, or the existence of whatever it is that you're transforming out of. So it's like you're taking it to a new place.
Something in me is saying
cleansing, purification,
cold hard facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
right.
Pluto,
real.
The cold hard facts, judgment, the cold hard facts of it, and it's
Right.
kind of like you know, for some of you, the reveal is what it is. Like maybe you thought that this job was great and now it's not, or maybe you thought that this relationship was going somewhere and you're realizing it isn't, or maybe you were planning to move here and you're realizing that you can't move there because you can't, things aren't working out in a different aspect. It's like some type of reveal. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a negative way or putting brakes on things, but it could definitely just bringing knowledge that everybody is aware of. You know, it's like something even reputable. It could be reputation orientated. Like everybody could see it.
This could be like feeling like, you know, you're scrambling a little bit, Cancer.
There's a lot of energy in a 5.
There's a lot of,
and it's a temporary thing.
Right. I feel like
with it being 5.
I feel like there's a lot of energy towards like, you know, just the unfocused energy. You know what I mean? It's like you're really like living within that. You're like, there's so many things happening, right? You're trying to get through your routine, you know, because it's 5, it's Hierophant energy, so there's Taurus influence here. So you're trying to get through your routine, but there's so much opposition, right? There's so much opposition that's, you know, sort of like blocking you and getting in your way and creating these obstacles, which these people could be representative of obstacles along with the wands, you know what I mean, that they're using.
Absolutely could be obstacles. It's the Lord of strife. So you're putting energy into this, like, right? It's they're doing things. It's energy. Right. It's, you know, it's like, are they hitting each other with these things, or are they coming together to build these things? Are they examining each other's wands? Look at mine. Mine has 4 leaves. Right. Mine has 3 leaves. You know, look at, I've got the red on though. You know, like it's like there's definitely a lot of energy in this card.
This could be juggling different projects.
Definitely juggling different projects. What's serving you? What do you feel passionate about versus what is actually
how you're spending your time.
Lucrative,
right? Because it's Saturn, and then it's also Taurus. Hi, Patricia. Good morning, PT. I know, right? Private Zero. Great volume. Great. Awesome. Let's see what's in your sun, which is your identity. Oh, wonderful.
Okay,
you're
great.
Getting the Ace of Swords.
Okay, so you know, I'm not going to completely scratch what we did yesterday because it is.
Oh right, yeah.
It is still relative to you.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
This card came up in the advice before, and now it's in the sun section for you guys, and it was just yesterday.
So something has happened.
It's saying, no, it's just saying in general that I mean, the advice was to go into this section, and now the sun is shining in that awareness. So it's just it's still very relative,
right? You're
know,
more aware of it.
It's like the change of focus.
Hi,
this is talking about a change of focus. You're having a change of focus, or there's just something that's causing you to turn and think. Maybe something came in, and it could be like to do with this kind of competitiveness, right? Especially with work or with an establishment. Maybe you woke up and you were just like, hold on a second. I have been putting too much energy into this, or this is wearing me down in this, or what am I getting from these things that I have?
Here's the deal.
You know?
Right. I feel like also with this right here in your rising position, it's like these people, none of them are actually being cooperative, so they're not really acknowledging anyone for what they actually have to offer to this project that they're based on, you know, in this photograph or in this, you know, picture. So it's like some of you are not really realizing what your full talents are. You know what they are, but it's like you're not able to really exercise them because they're like all of these other things that are getting in the way. Maybe you feel like you don't have
too much activity.
There's too much activity, like that's opposing you. Maybe you might be thinking about a place to move to, or you might be thinking about, you know, like saving more money, or you might be thinking about like how you're gonna shine at work, you know what I mean? All of those things, right? So it's like you're just gonna change your perspective maybe a little bit. Maybe you're seeing things a little bit more clearly than you had before. Maybe something happened, right? You know what I mean? And maybe you're just kind of like realizing something brand new. Yeah? Hi.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. So, and then in your moon section, let's flip this over.
What is that? That's
Two of Pentacles. This is Jupiter in Capricorn.
Jupiter in Capricorn. I want everything to be the moon, right?
So this is Jupiter in Capricorn energy.
That was the neighbor.
Jupiter in Capricorn energy is talking about you're feeling like you might have to make a choice with something.
Yeah.
Right? You might have to make a choice with a situation that has to do with work or with a relationship. And this could be also to deal with the establishment that you have right now. Maybe you're feeling like really a lot of feelings because you're cloaked in red.
Or like with home.
You know, so you're thinking a lot. Yeah, you're thinking a lot. Maybe you're getting ready for a choice that you know you need to make. You know, and it could have to do with movement, travel, or something long term, or like your career or something.
I feel like you guys might be reconsidering, you know, what strengths you have as far as like job and career go, and you might be considering different ways of making money. Yeah, with Jupiter and Capricorn there in the moon section, and that's also that correlates to this card, right? So it's like a new way of making money for yourselves, different avenues.
Or you're weighing out a choice too, or some of you are being pushed because of this feeling, right?
Saturn there.
This strife
here as well
with the establishment that you're dealing with. It's causing you to change your focus.
When I put this card up.
Yeah, because, you know, you're just feeling like, you know, you have to. You're feeling like there's got to be more recognition involved, because that's what the Three of Pentacles is in correlation to.
Hi, Divine Evolution. She lives for us.
This is talking about, like, wanting to expand. This is also, for some of you, you could be thinking about a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Because Jupiter is usually like the husband card as well.
Yeah, maybe some of you have a
And so some of you there could be a Capricorn male. Either they have Capricorn moon, Capricorn sun, or Capricorn rising, and they could be affecting you somehow right now. They're in your emotions. It could be in association to work, but more than likely,
the father of your kids too. Maybe he might be a Capricorn.
Yeah, it is opposite Cancer. So there's a lot of attraction and tension with Capricorn in general, right? So there could be some type of restriction being involved there, or some type of choice with involving a Capricorn, or involving friends and family this month somehow. Friends and family play a highlight here, and your emotions being affected by something that you have to do, like an earthly duty somehow, a choice that needs to be made. Okay.
So there's some communications of love too.
A reveal.
And you know, just regarding to his deck, he has the Page of Cups at the bottom of his deck here. So there's some communications on like feelings and love, maybe regarding a relationship or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a relationship that wasn't very long, but there's still like communications about it. Let's look at what's going on in your past position. You've got Mars in Capricorn. It's actually a progression here too. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is sort of like in the past you were very good at what you were doing as far as like work. You probably felt very secure. You know what I mean? A regression.
Yeah, because this is a past placement.
Oh yeah, it is
and
a past
this is a present placement.
Okay, so it's a regression, you guys, according to Dale.
Yeah, because in a sense, when you look at it, it's saying,
we understand.
You know, like Three of Pentacles is saying you were feeling more like this, and you're not feeling as much like this now. Right.
So maybe you don't feel as strong in that placement, right? It's because you're like, you were here in the past, but now you're at this point where you're like trying to decide and deal with these manifestations or demanifestations, right?
Some of you you were getting some type of recognition, but it was something that was maybe not as solid, you know, like you were dealing with work and it was a good thing for a minute, or you're getting close to something, but you hadn't really necessarily completed it, or it was just a temporary project of some sort and you knew it was a temporary project.
Right. It's deconstruction.
Anything like that where it was like a waiting period and you didn't necessarily solidify it because it's not a 4. Right, but there's like you did some good here, and you're looking back at there's some type of re-examining that's going on with a lot of Cancers. We have Cancer moons,
right?
So we understand as well. But it's causing yourself.
Are you guys resonating, Cancer? Back I know you are.
At this, there's some type of reveal that may have happened, or is even happening, right?
Oh, wow, Cancer. Look at the present card. This was in your reading yesterday, right? It was definitely
the outcome.
It was there in the reading. So the outcome is the present right now. This is something happened with you guys.
There's a need to express deep inside, and there's an intuitiveness. It's saying, listen to your intuitive nature, first of all. This is Cancer energy.
Beautiful.
This is like 1/3 Gemini, 2/3 Cancer. It's the Queen of Cups.
Right. Cardinal energy. So there's some initiative that's taking place here. Right.
This is you. And we are in Cancer season right now. So you are supremely like in yourself right where you need to be right now with these choices and with the change of focus that's going on in relationship to an establishment or to like it could be a group of people.
Institution, right.
It could be a marriage even. It could be your lover in a sense too or your commitment because it's Hierophant energy. So fives are about marriage and commitment as well.
Maybe some of you feel conflict in going back to school. Maybe some of you want to, go back to school, but you're feeling like a little bit like held back in your efforts to make the move to do it. You know what I mean? Saturn, time, 5, the Hierophant institutions.
Some of you are thinking about making I'm seeing like a move or like changing something up. And you're really in your emotions, you're there because of the lack of something or the competitiveness. You're gonna get to this place where you realize like this was only temporary. This was only a phase to make me like learn this lesson in order to become a better version of myself. That's the reveal. Overall.
Right now, you guys are yearning for security, right? In the midst of this transformative energy that's taking place. But I know that a lot of you feel like you want to cleanse yourself of the energy that came, prior to this Judgment card. You know what I mean? With all this Saturn energy. You have Saturn energy showing itself up at the very beginning of the reading, with it being at the bottom of the deck here, from my side of the deck, and then being at the top, the first card is Saturn.
So it's already talking about restrictions. And it's restrictions probably due to an establishment. Maybe this establishment just isn't, because you did have like a 5 as well before 5 of Pentacles energy. So it's like, maybe this establishment just isn't, like it's restricting you. It's like not making you feel spirited in the way that you want to. Or this group of people, it used to be something that it's not. Or even the marriage or something, or a long-term union, or it could be roommates, or it could be family. You know, 5 is very family related. You know, some of you it's saying you're feeling spirited and you're going to reach to a new place with your family. And others of you it's like this is a cutthroat situation and there's going to be some heart loss involved. And a new presentation after the reveal.
Yeah, it's a negative situation. I mean, there's nothing positive about the 3 of Swords until you come back and look at it in hindsight. Then you can appreciate it later. It's like the 3 of Swords has to pass for you to appreciate it, right? It has to become the 4 of Swords. Then you can appreciate it. Then you can take that breath.
It is positive to see it.
It's positive,
because it's talking about progression.
You're learning, right?
There is a lesson
something
there
happening,
and it's meant to happen. Yeah, but it's definitely not a positive card.
It's just not a positive card in regards to how you're feeling, because it's related to the Empress.
That's heart loss. Nobody wants to feel hurt, heart loss and pain, but it's sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's growing pain.
The Empress doesn't want to be backstabbed, for lack of a better word, you know what I mean? But you guys are also feeling a little bit confused about what actually you are manifesting right now, because you're manifesting something, you just don't really know what it is, right? That's exactly how she feels. Let's look at your future. This card was in your reading too, but it was in your anxieties yesterday, right?
So your card has come out.
Beautiful.
The Chariot. This is
right
the
after
Chariot
the Queen of
energy.
Cups.
We're talking about 7s here, and 7 is you, right? And the Chariot energy is basically talking about ringing in these emotions. You know, 7s are talking about difficulties that are over a long period of time. This might be something that you've been dealing with for like, it's not just like one short bleep. It's definitely over a long period of time. The Chariot rules the night, so there might be some type of intimidation with the competitiveness or with the change of focus. But overall, it's a good sign because it's saying you're on your right path. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Chariot comes in here as the first major arcana card, and it's saying like this situation is not heavy, but it's one of magnitude, right? So it's like this situation moving forward in the future for you is one of a high magnitude, because it's like you've got this Ace of Swords in your Sun placement, right? You're identifying with this change. You're identifying with this new perspective. You're identifying with these, notions to try new things or do things differently. Um,
Yeah, this chariot energy is like saying, yeah, this is good in the sense though as the
right,
future because this is your season.
right,
So we're going into this period, right? This is like a very positive card for you right now in this particular placement. I'm happy to see it here versus where it was yesterday as far as your
right.
anxieties.
Yeah,
Like this is a more
it's
natural
better.
progression of saying like you are on your right path with certain things that you know you need to decide for yourself, right? And your emotions, right? As far as like what you're working towards. Some of you thought you were working towards a certain thing and you're realizing you're not going to put as much energy into that person or into that
Place
establishment. I'm
or
getting like yeah,
thing,
you're not feeling as
right?
spirited about that. And it's actually saying that that's okay because you're kind of rerouting yourself to like your
Yeah,
purpose.
this is a great situational change for you,
Mhm.
right? And it's kind of like you don't want to get too overwhelmed in the fact that you don't know what's going to happen next, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
because
is
some of you are having anxieties over leaving the
right.
establishment. You like want to move
We're moving
or you
on,
want to
right?
like move on from these
Hmm.
feelings of either competitiveness in a relationship
Hmm.
or with
Just
like
like
this like establishment that you've been dealing with. Yeah,
right.
it's Mercury and Aquarius energy, so it's about communications of very fixed energy. Like
This card indicates that in the past there were some conflicts as far as like communications, right? And understanding that type of situation. So it's saying that you have the anxieties about, even leaving a situation that may have not even been so good for you. It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome, right? It's
mm-hmm,
like that you need to be happy about like being freed or released from this place that you know, you were just in a mental prison sort of with,
and
but
then
now you're ready to come out of it.
for some of you, there
Don't
was
be
a
afraid.
reveal, or there is a reveal that's happening that's major right now in a circumstance that you are already feeling pretty intuitive about already. And now you know it to be true, and so now you're just having anxieties over the process because you already know, but it's not clear. It's not clear what's on the other side,
Right.
right? It's not clear what's on the other side
It's
of
kind of
this.
wishy-washy at this point.
But you're setting sail because the wheels are rolling, the
It's
change is
happening.
happening. It's happened either on your accord or on somebody else's accord or on
Right.
the establishment, whatever it is that's affecting you. It's affecting you. It's happening. So you're just having anxieties over certain things it's basically about planning too, because you want to expand in possibilities, and like a lot of you want like greater employment as well, or just greater. You're feeling like some of you might even be feeling like in your relationship very just not satisfied somehow. You want to set sail, or you want to have more freedom in the relationship, or the
Right.
partner wants
You
to have
want to
more
go more
freedom,
places, do more
and you're
things.
having anxieties over the
Yeah.
partner wanting to like either do more or want to have something more open, even, and you're not down with that. Either one or the other. There could be like something
Oh.
like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's look at your Mars here, which is your wheel. Oh, you got this one in your reading yesterday too, right?
Hmm.
Knight of Pentacles. But
In
this
the
was in your
moon.
future position
It
or
was
your
in the
moon. It
moon.
was in the moon yesterday.
Hmm.
Knight of Pentacles,
Hmm.
right? Situations and manifesting things, process through process and time.
Hmm.
This is a process and time card. It's Virgo, mutable, right?
Hmm.
So situations change.
It's talking about intimidations and finances as well. Like maybe you need to put more aggression into that, as we were saying
Right.
before, about an
Hmm.
establishment that might be having you feeling competitive, or like you need to
Right.
change your focus, put
Change
more
the
work
focus.
into a choice of changing your focus.
Right.
And so now this pencil being married with that one is saying that there's probably some intimidation as far as like the aggression that it's going to take to do it.
Right.
You don't want to feel fooled. You don't want to like put too much energy into something that you
Don't feel like will
don't feel like it's
manifest.
going to
Right.
manifest itself, but it's saying that Mars and the night energy is about some things coming in, and
Right.
with the chariot energy being in the future, it's
Right.
saying like go ahead and prepare yourself for sudden things
Right.
that might come in, especially if you're thinking about job stuff. Just make sure all your stuff is ready and aligned. If you're an artist or something, make sure your headshots and stuff are up to date. If you're like looking for a new job, make sure your resume is like up to date with the new
Nice and
addresses, the new
fresh.
phones, all this stuff,
Right.
because you might attract something during this period of time. It is your birthday season. You are alluring during this period of time, and you might attract something, right?
Yeah, and the Ace of Swords here, it just denotes to like opportunity, right? So you want to be ready for that type of thing.
It's talking about progression as well, with Virgo energy being there with the Knight, and it's talking like about like how you're really not going to be fooled during this period of time. So doing things with your hands as well, or orchestrating things in a physical way, is a really great for you right now, Cancer. Getting outside. Okay.
Let's look
What's
at
in your
your
advice?
advice. Oh, Nine of Cups.
Okay, so this is like Pisces energy. This is also another Jupiter card. So Jupiter is here a lot. There's a lot of change. Jupiter is the wheel of fortune. So get ready for change. Like, position yourself in a place to know that change is happening.
Right.
It's saying put more energy into being the person that you like to be, which is a host, having events at home or things with the family life or connecting. Pisces very much want to have a soulmate. Their deep desires to feel connected with their soulmate. Nine is about an accumulation of things.
Right. This is kind of like a sextile energy too. When you think of the nine being the Hermit and being Virgo, and then you think of this being Pisces. You know what I mean? It's just expanding that sense of compatibility.
Yeah. So for some of you, if you have somebody in mind and you feel like you need to make a choice with that person, it could be a Pisces Capricorn situation. It's like, for some of you, it's saying go with the water, go with the Pisces situation. That's one thing. Others of you are thinking about just connecting in general more deeply.
Right.
And it's saying go ahead and go with that. Feel more spirited about this. This is a great time for that. Whatever these actions are, for some of you, you're having just an accumulation of emotion. It's 9 cups, right? So it's saying look at the 9 cups, right? Why are you feeling so much, right? And you've got to think about the change of focus of why.
Right. You're also analyzing your emotions too.
It's about
You're
letting
like,
go.
right, you're analyzing your emotions as far as like yours, your relationships. It's almost like you're analyzing all of the feelings that you're having. And it's Cancer season right now, so it makes sense. You want us to do Capricorn next? Maybe, okay, because the full moon's coming up. Maybe we'll do Capricorn next.
Do Capricorn soon,
That's why I'm
because it's
analyzing.
time.
Yeah, that's probably why you're analyzing and feeling so much.
There is a lot of
because it's like-
Capricorn in here.
Right, because Cancer in your seventh house of relationships right now, which is Capricorn, you've got Saturn, which is retrograde, and you've got Pluto. Pluto's in your reading right here.
Pluto is
as
in
your
the reading.
immediate influence.
Pluto is in Capricorn now.
And you opened up the reading with Saturn in 2 cards. So, your advice is really saying that you're taking a look at your relationships. And when you do that and you start to analyze things and you process that information, use it to your advantage, right? It's like you don't want to do all of that work and not apply it in some kind of way. Yeah. So it's really about applying yourself at the end of the day in terms of, what you learned as far as like how you feel about everything that's going on in your life, like how you feel about your work, how you feel about how you value yourself and what the jobs that you're able to do, and your friends and the people that you are around, just your life in general, and the value of it.
Some of you are going to have like some more like expanding the subconscious as well, because Pisces rules the subconscious. So for some of you, it's like you're going to like, there might be a reveal that happens through a dream or of some sort. And it's all about the unconscious and the subconscious and the occult and like stuff like this, like with tarot, when you're finding stuff out, and the mystery. Is it a planet? Isn't it a planet? Is it connected to us, Pluto? Like,
there's a trine,
but there's a truth that's happening with Pluto, and it's very factual. It rules death. We all are gonna die. We all live. It's finite. It's gonna happen. There's no escaping it. That's the finiteness of what this is. It's like a reveal. It's like something that is very clear that's going to happen, and that's going to cause you to think differently afterwards. You're going to be like, oh, okay, it's going to expand in your feelings from the knowledge of whatever that is.
Well, when you're ruled by...
Oh, wow. And that's progression,
Pisces,
too.
Progression,
right? That's beautiful. Okay, so Cancer, this is great. Yeah. Okay, so your last card is Ten of Cups. So naturally, you go from 9 of Cups to 10 of Cups, which is a natural progression here. It's water, which is your element, and it's talking about a manifestation. This is beautiful. I'm really happy to see this, actually. Yeah. Sun and Pisces.
You guys should be excited about this.
So straight up, for some of you who are dating Pisces or connected to Pisces, they definitely have a very something for you during this season. You guys are going to be feeling really
There's
connected.
a deep connection there.
You already know Pisces is like a 10 with
Right.
Cancer. It's like the most compatible with Cancer in that way. You guys are very connected.
Right.
And it might not be like a lover kind of thing. It might just be like a deeper spiritual kind of connection with this person, because you do understand each other so well. And Cancer has a need to nurture, and Pisces has a need to be nurtured. So it's kind of like this continuum within each other.
Some of you might be dealing with some Scorpios too, because we do have the Pluto card here, which is Judgment, as the immediate influence.
Yeah,
and there is a
happening.
water trine happening right now, because you've got Neptune in Pisces, and then you've got the Sun in Cancer right now. Also, I think with Mercury, and then you've got Jupiter in Scorpio, which is retrograde. So Scorpios might be feeling a little bit of a backwards energy right now.
I will say with these two cards also together, this being what you're rising to be, now it's becoming more clear, right? It's becoming more clear why you're doing this in the first place.
Right.
Why am I building this? Why this competitiveness? Why all of this? Because you're going to get this out of it. Look at these two people. They're arm in arm. It's a couple. The kids are there. There's a rainbow. It's 10 cups in the sky. This is a beautiful card.
I'm flipping over Dale's cards
right
now, you guys.
So in order to get to this place, it's like you got to do all of this competitiveness. You've got to feel spirited. You've got to do the work. It's the Lord of Strife, right? But Saturn loves the work of it.
It's so interesting because we talked about Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is right here. Yeah.
Saturn loves the work. He's going to do it, and he's going to do it really slowly because he wants to do something really finite, and he wants to make sure that he's not going to go back from it.
Right.
Saturn is not renting. Saturn is not leasing. Saturn owns. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's like this is something really solid.
Okay,
you know,
12. Thanks
that
for
you're working towards. Yeah.
It's 12,
and the moon card is here too. There's a lot of Pisces. So Pisces being the 12th card, being the last of the zodiac, it's like this is like an accumulation. Wow.
This is some successful
with the Six of Wands being
coming
there.
Out of this transition.
Yeah, there's a lot of success at the end of this reading. It's really positive, actually.
And 3 is my favorite number, you guys. 33.
Six of Wands is here with the Lord of Victory as well.
You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter, right?
Yeah, Jupiter's all through this.
This is expansion, honey.
You've got Scorpio. And you've got Pluto.
Exactly. We just mentioned them too.
Right?
That trine
So the
energy.
transformation has already happened for a lot of you. Right? It wasn't that far off. But whatever it was, there was a death. It could have been actual death, or it could have just been the end of something, the end of a job, the end of a relationship, the end of a friendship that was solid, and it happened. It's over.
This is like a natural purging of something. It's interesting too because you have the Judgment card here, and then you have the Ten of Wands there, and then you have the Death card as well. It's like that energy is like purging all of these wands right here. Right, and you're coming into the Chariot energy with the Chariot card, with this new energy to move forward with a new purpose, with a new creative energy, with new passions, right? And it's your season too, so you're just going to feel naturally energetic with the Sun in your sign, and Mercury is there too, so you're communicating this in different ways.
Some of you are feeling like it's like Ten of Wands being here as well. It's like you're being squeezed. Like the Ten of Wands was here yesterday as well. A lot of these cards, 10 whole wands. It's like the pressure. It's like a burden. It's like a spirited burden that might have you. You know, it could be either a long-term relationship or a long-term job, like a goal. Sagittarius rules higher learning. So it's like you like really being in this race to do this. And with the Chariot energy being there as well, it's like there's an intimidation almost to it. But it's gonna change. You're wondering if you're gonna get whatever it is that you're supposed to get out of this. Like it could be either with the relationship, can you trust the person, or is there gonna be security in this establishment, right? With this all of this competitiveness that's going. But it's saying like with the Moon card being here that you've been quietly suffering and doing this. Like a lot of people don't know that you're going through the struggle. It could even be something in your body or something with like a spouse or something. But it's saying like that in the end, that there is something very positive. With these two cards being here, the Lord of Victory, this is also talking about marriage for some of you.
I was going to say, that could be
so for
like
some of you,
energy.
it's like maybe you went through a lot with this relationship with either an earth sign or a water sign, and now you're coming out of that, and the manifestation is like you're going to ride off and have that victorious situation, you know? Because you know, but then some of you are being really critical of your mate. Right, with this card being here, it's being like, you know, maybe you feel like you have to be for some reason because you've had to absorb a lot of negative energy, and now you're intimidated. Maybe you're starting
Yes,
again,
I was gonna say
and now you're
intimidation.
intimidated a little bit by
Mm-hmm.
like starting again
Yeah.
because you're feeling like a lot of burden from a lot of things. You're gonna have to let go and ring in all of that stuff and
It
realize that you are on your right path. Just make that choice.
I feel like some of you might be intimidated about the changes that are happening or the changes that you can anticipate occurring, right? And
That's
you
a
really don't
Pisces.
know how you're going to handle it. So it's like, and you're getting kind of nervous about the changes, but it's like you really should just calm yourself down and actually make the pursuits towards, these changes and,
And
implementing them so that you can actually move forward with a little bit more confidence instead of this anxiety.
because you want this actually. This is actually something that you want, right?
I'm super glad you could.
Because, there might have been a situation where you feel like you could not move or something, or there was like somebody, it's like a utility kind of connection somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody does something for you and you do something for someone else. It could be work related, or even in the relationship, maybe the depth isn't as deep as you wanted it to be.
Totally right.
And now it's saying like you're going through this whole situation and you need to set sail with the anxieties of whatever it is in your mind because you actually are on your right path, and you'll find that you were
Yeah.
supposed to learn these lessons.
Right.
They were lessons of heart loss. Look, and just
The
what
star
revealed
card.
itself right up under that was the
From
star card, which is
yeah.
Aquarius energy, right?
Yeah.
So the star card is talking
Right.
about a wish
Some of
that
you
you may
actually
have
really
had
wanted these
for
changes to
intimacy.
occur, even though you're like a little bit afraid of the changes.
Right.
You wanted them
You
to
actually
happen.
did
You knew
want
you
it.
needed it because it's a cleansing here. You
Mm-hmm.
wanted to free yourself of this energy, really. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It could have been a bad business deal. It could have been, a relationship. It could have been a job. It could have been a person. It could have been any of those things.
Yeah, a lot of you have put a
You
lot of
know.
energy into, with the King of Pentacles being here, it's like you've put a lot of work into a situation, and now you're feeling like you need to change your focus a little bit. And it's saying that that's actually okay. I'm getting like it's like, with this card
Right.
being
It is
here,
okay.
it's like think about your own progressions at this point in time and think about what's best for you. This person isn't going to be fooled, you know. And this is a very powerful energy of something sudden possibly coming in with these two
Yeah.
energies here.
I'd rather the Knight of Pentacles than the Knight of Wands at this point because just because you've sort of been taken through the ringer, right? And you've wanted these changes to occur, and some of you still want these changes to occur, even though they've already started, you probably just don't even realize it. These changes have already started occurring.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wish that you wanted. You're juggling with the anxieties of how you're going to deal with yourself throughout the changes, right?
Mm-hmm. I am getting a wish attained
Oh
from a
yeah,
lot
for
of this
sure.
with these cards here, right? The Star card
That's okay.
matched with the Ten of Cups. I know
This is a beautiful reading.
it's
Like
really getting to
aesthetically,
something.
like it's there.
It's funny
You do have the
because
Death card,
there's a
but
lot of
like
tension in the beginning. There's a lot of tension in the beginning,
right,
and even in the middle, it's like, oh, you feel this like
right,
kind of like,
right,
oh, the death is
right.
there and the transformation, and
But
there's
there's
a lot
hope
of
in the
work.
beginning too. With the tensions there, there's hope there.
But then I'm seeing something changing over during
Mm-hmm.
this July season, going into Leo season. It's like some of you have a lot of doubt right now, either in
Right.
yourself or in a relationship with someone. You don't have a lot of faith in their ability to do the job or to get it done. But you'll find actually if you just hang in there, and we'll definitely be interested to see what's going on next month with you.
Oh my God, yeah.
But the Lord of Victory being here, that's a very positive card. That's Jupiter and Leo. You have Jupiter in Leo, Jupiter in Pisces, and Jupiter in Capricorn.
Right.
And
you
the
got
Wheel of
Jupiter,
Fortune.
which is right,
It's a
exactly.
lot of like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a lot
And you
of
got
like
Sun in Sagittarius.
husband energy, father energy. That's a lot of yang going out there, beneficial, self-beneficial
Right.
kind of energy. Also like that kind of like
Right.
uniting energy.
If there's something that you've never done before that you want to do, you should definitely
Travel,
give it a try. You know what I
right?
mean? You're at if
Sagittarius.
it's traveling to a place, or if it's like starting a career that you've never done.
A lot of
Maybe
you are
you wanna
taking
do
trips.
that.
It is summertime, and you'll feel really spirited in this trip. Maybe some family trips. A lot of you are going to see family.
Summertime, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ringing in and a breath of fresh air that might come after like a lot of struggle, right? There's been a lot of like, and you'll realize like that it's only temporary, right? That you actually
You
are
better write that
attaining this wish.
mixtape.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
very
hop
excited for
snap.
you guys. Like, there's,
This is a good reading, you know. You opened up with Saturn and some hard
yeah, there's
lessons.
some hard
But I
lessons
mean,
there.
those are things that sort of like have already happened, or you're like in that energy now, and you're just really looking forward to the changes that are happening, right? What you're going to manifest later in the future, you know.
Gosh, with these cards
Growing
being here,
pains.
so you're going to be reconnecting. Some of you are going to be reconnecting with the Pisces, and that's
Mm.
very positive for you.
That
It could be
water
even like,
trine.
yeah, it could be like
New
a
Jersey.
mother, a sibling, it could be a lover,
Divine
you
evolution, if
know.
you want a personal reading, you know, we
We do
can meet
personal
because you're in New
readings.
Jersey, we're in New York. Right now, we're in Queens shooting this, but you know,
You guys just email us at providencetarot@gmail.com and we'll get back to you with our rates on personal readings. We do half hour and hour readings. We also do group rates for certain people if you guys want that as well. We'll
oh
email you
yeah,
about special group rates as well. You know, a lot of people have events sometimes like weddings and different things like or birthdays and they like stuff like this. So we're down. It's great for summer stuff.
yeah, we don't know what we're doing next. It could be Capricorn because someone asked us, and it could be Aquarius because they are giving us a
Aquarius
lot of
had a very
views.
high view last
We
month, so
gotta
we like
check
to
it.
consider that as well. So if you guys like are, watch the views.
Right.
We like to be, people who have the highest views. A lot of the times we'll
Their
get
video might go
a
up
reading
first.
before, but
Yeah.
it just depends organically what we feel. But yeah, with Capricorn being opposite, you guys, we definitely want to look at Capricorn and see what's going on
Yeah,
with
we'll
them
look at
soon.
that because they got a lot
Yeah,
of energy
but
going on, and their
Aquarius will
full
be
moon is
coming
coming
soon
up.
as well.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So
Okay,
this is really beautiful.
this is
Don't be
really
afraid of those
beautiful.
changes, right?
Don't be afraid of the changes. Look at death for what
Right.
it is. Listen to your intuition, okay? With
We're
the
getting
queen
those
being
changes.
here, listen to your intuition, okay?
Right.
And learn the lessons that you have to in love, right? Because on the other side of this is an actual manifestation of a really
Right.
beautiful
It's
relationship.
like you've been through a lot, so now
It
you
could be
have to
with that
practice
person
like
that you've
that
been struggling with, or it could be
self-compassion.
with someone new.
That compassion for yourself, you really need to exercise that because it's like something that you need at this point.
I'm seeing some great rewards happening once you let some things go. It's like the change of focus, letting it go,
Right.
letting the conflict happen,
Letting it go, honey. You need to drop some
facing
things.
it.
It's like once you release some things, you'll begin to like receive more.
Happy birthday, guys.
We love you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.